What up, y'all? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. You know me? I don't think you do. I am the #1 momsy. I'm queen and I'm crown B. Check my money box. The earth mother surrounds me. I dance and rain falls all around me. I protect my claim with my gifts from God and it grounds me. What up, y'all? It's Miss Wada Wada, and I am here today to speak about some black-owned business products that I have come to love recently. But another important thing that I want to speak about is lymphedema. So I've had lymphedema probably for 25 years. And for most of that time, no one told me that I had lymphedema. So for those of you who are out there and you think that you're just overweight or you're just fat, like they like to coin people, you might actually have an underlying condition that is causing your body to retain a lot of fluid, lymph fluid, that is increasing your weight and increasing the size of some of your organs. So for me, my lymphedema is mostly in my extremities. So you'll see here in my legs that I have them wrapped up. So I sleep with them wrapped up at night, but more than this, I'll show you that in another video. This is what I do after showering in the morning, because I'm one of those people who, if I'm really active in the morning, I get a whole bunch done. And if I lay around in the morning, the whole day starts going slow motion. So I get up and I'll start moving in the morning. If your legs are often feeling very heavy, or your arms, or there's just a certain part of your body, not your head, because I don't think you get lymphedema in your head, in your face, but not necessarily your head, big head. But if that portion of your body just is always heavy and lethargic in comparison to the rest of your body, it's possible that you have excess lymph fluid there. So I never even realized I had excess lymph fluid in my legs for much of the time that I did. So I'm coming from an extreme amount of weight loss. I started at 409 pounds. I'm now at about probably 195. And I did have like weight loss surgery and different things like that. So I'm going to talk to you all about that as well. But it never affected my lymphedema issue. After most of the weight was gone, probably 150 pounds, then I had all of this lymph fluid that I needed to get out of my body. And once I started my treatment with my lymph, it's a physical therapist who you will most likely see, who will give you lymph treatments. So write that down if you think you have lymphedema, to find a physical therapist who specializes in lymphedema, that will help you get the massage that you need, that should be covered by insurance if you have insurance, so that you can start getting the fluid circulating properly through your body and then going out of your body. This is really a cleansing of your system. And one thing that I never realized is that, or would have thought that lymphedema treatment would do, would take my vibration of my body to higher heights. Like, what? So anyway, we'll discuss in more videos more about what lymphedema is. But if you have an extremity that's kind of larger than the other, it's possible that there's some lymph fluid in it. Sometimes your leg will still look smooth, or your arm, or wherever it's at. Some people have that in your midsection. Like, you're going to see me put on a garment today that comes... You're going to see me put on a garment today that comes all the way up to my waist, because most of the lower portion of my body has lymphedema. But the thing about lymphedema is normally it doesn't look smooth. It can look smooth if you have an extreme amount of lymphedema, because then your skin is so stretched out that it's almost shiny, because there's so much fluid in there. But I think at that stage, most people know they have it, unless, like me, you have a really high, number in weight, like 400 pounds, then you just think it's fat. And you don't realize that there's also lymph stuck in your system. And so for me, I'll insert a picture of what my legs looked like, where I can really look back on the picture and go, wow, like, why didn't a doctor ever mention that to me? The first doctor who mentioned it to me was a plastic surgeon, because after I lost weight, I was trying to help slim my legs down and thought I would be getting a leg lift, and he was like, nothing I can do with that. It's not fat, it's lymph. Huh? What? And then the things that you do for it are so easy if you can catch it early enough that you don't have to, the earlier you catch it, the better off that you will be. So pay very close attention to the signs. One thing, your skin, wherever the lymphedema is always going to sort of feel dry or drier than the rest of your body, or possibly look different than the rest of your body, almost like scaly, or like there's chicken skin. That's what my mom used to call it. Like the skin would look bumpy, and I don't mean that skin that has a little dark bumps in it, but just that it looks bumpy, almost like braille, or like you have goosebumps or something like that. Then your skin can look like that often. Again, the heaviness, the lethargic feeling that you get in the muscles of that area, because you're carrying around excess fluid. You don't realize that your muscles are doing more work than necessary because of the excess fluid that is surrounding them and that they're carrying, especially if you're overweight, because it's carrying the weight and the fluid, and then still supposed to be doing the work that it does itself. So if you're always thirsty, lymphedema, you can keep taking in water. You will continue to feel dehydrated, which for me, if you guys have seen in these videos that I've made, you can kind of see my eyes are deep set, but I'll also get like these dark marks right here. And right now my mouth is dry. Like, I've drank water and I'll drink water and I'll drink water. And so the best method that I've found to work for me to replace water in my system is eating fruit. Like, I could eat a whole half a watermelon in the morning, but I have to make sure that these garments are in place while or immediately after, because you don't also want then the fluid to start retention in any portion of your body if it's not active and open. So the ideal is for you to have your lymphatic system active and open, and that is then when it is considered to be working properly. Now, there's so many different lymphatic systems to your lymphatic system itself. So you have a system in your legs where you're active, where you open it here in your hip area. You have, of course, underneath your underarm. A lot of people will know about that due to breast cancer. And it's crazy because I went to school, as I was a radiation therapist. I had to learn about lymph and lymphedema, but I only heard of it as a side effect from radiation treatment, never understanding that people could just have it on their own as a natural condition. So I would watch other people and recognize it in them, and oh, you might want to speak with the team so that they can get you a sleeve for your arm, or things of that nature, and never knowing that I needed garments for myself. So this is just to bring some awareness for those of you who probably think that your this is just fat or your that is just fat, and it could have some fat that you might want to lose, but getting rid of the lymph fluid will surely make a huge difference. The last probably 50 to 60 pounds that I lost on my weight loss journey was due to getting rid of the lymph that was stuck inside my body and moving it successfully. All right, so I'm going to introduce you to my morning routine. There will be another video that introduces you to my evening lymphedema routine. And so, where do we start? We get up in the morning, we make up the bed, we brush our teeth, and well, I make up my bed and I brush my teeth. And then I jump in the shower. No, I'm not one of those people to take you through the shower with me, but there's one thing that you can do prior to getting in the shower that you can do in the morning and the afternoon, which is called dry brushing. And I don't do it in the morning. If I'm going to do dry brushing, I'll do that in the evening, so that's when I'll show you that. But when I'm in the shower, I start with a warm, welcoming shower. And then to activate my lymphatic system, I take the shower handle down and I hold it on my legs and I turn the water from hotter to colder on each leg. So what that does is help the vessels of the lymphatic system to expand and contract. So it's sort of like them massaging themselves in reaction to the hot, cold. So where if they were tight, they can open up and allow the fluid to move kind of more effortlessly, then put some pressure back on it, which kind of squeezes it through after that, right? So we're kind of making that effect on our vessels that are in our lymphatic system by doing that with the shower water. So I will do that every morning before I get out, and then I rewrap my legs in these. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the Black-owned business products that I use, because once I finally sit down in the morning, then one of them I have found specifically useful in the other chair. I usually am in the other chair, but there's a window behind it, so you wouldn't have been able to see me. So I moved over here. But I found it most helpful. And it's funny because most of the items, when I was buying them, this is a body butter that I purchased. And my intent was to get something that smelled great, felt great, and was, you know, cleaner than most when I was using it. And so the first body butters that I ordered were from Scripted Naturals. I'll insert a picture because my camera acting crazy. And she did send a business card for Scripted Naturals. It is scriptednaturals.com, Scripted Naturals at Instagram, and her telephone number is on here. And these body butters are created by a doctor by the name of Sybil H. Taylor, who is indeed a Black woman. And so it's not a surprise to me that these to me weren't more your commercial body butters. Like it says Raging Rum and it says Jasmine Whisper, but to me these smell pretty much the same. There wasn't a big huge difference in fragrance for these. So if you're one of the people who's going for the body butter for the fragrance effect, then this may not be the one for you. But those of you who are like me, have lymphedema and a very dry skin due to that, and then have to wear all these drying garments that you don't want to get a whole bunch of oil in, these, my dear, are perfect. And if I had not put on those Scripted Naturals, see, this is the skin look that I'm talking about too, when I was saying kind of that scaliness look, even possibly. My skin would be so dry right now and so flaky after taking off that machine. So just putting on that really helps, and it does not get my machine oily. And so now we have both legs out, and you can look at how different my legs are one from the other, even as far as when you have a lymphedema. Sorry, this camera's backwards. The extremities normally are not the same size. Again, you get the easy wrong leg. You get the easy bruising. So those are just some of the characteristics. I need to get my feet done. But I don't have lymphedema in my feet. A lot of people will also have a lymphedema in their feet. And it's important if you have lymphedema in your feet to know things about getting mani-pedis and things of that nature. So again, I wanted you to see the backs of my legs in the knee area. And this is also a clue that it's not just fat, that it's lymphedema, is when your skin is doing this type of rippling. You have most likely some lymphedema, and it's not just fat. I'm pretty much what I consider a normal body size at this point in time, and so my legs should be smooth at this point, but because of the lymphedema, they're not. And you can just see, look at like this portion of my leg has actually shrank a whole foot around, but look at the difference between the size here. I saw a young lady on the internet the other day whose legs were very tiny at the bottom, and then as it got to this upper portion of her leg, she had legs that looked like mine at the top, and at the bottom she didn't have any lymphedema. But I was like, oh, she has lymphedema and she probably doesn't know it. So these types of characteristics in your skin, where it's sort of bulging, see how my knee bulges there, indicates lymphedema over fat being there. So check with your doctors if you think this might apply at all. I'm sorry, I can't seem to make this camera go in the right direction. The other leg had that same bulge before, and you can see here that it's mostly gone away. I lost a whole 12 inches around my knee area when I started the lymphatic drainage massage. And so the next video for lymphedema, I will show you the massage technique that I use on my legs. It started in the office and it continues, but see how my feet look normal, and then my lymphedema starts in my legs. Oh, I feel so bad for those who have lymphedema in their feet, because the same puffiness that's in my legs will be in their feet. So hard to get any shoes on and off, hard to walk. It can be painful. It can get so big that it can bust open, get infections, bursitis, and things of that nature. So I'm thankful that I haven't actually had to experience any of that. My legs just get heavy and are easily tired. And then to me, you know, they're just not the sexiest of legs. So hey sir, if you find these sexy, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Boost my whatever it's called. But yep. And see, like, they're kind of just, there's some jiggle, but as much weight that I've lost, if this wasn't lymphedema, I would have skin just kind of hanging and sagging, but they're still dense, and that denseness is due to lymphedema. Okay, so I don't want this video to be extremely long, so I'm going to give you a hyperlax rendition of what self-care
things I do while I am in my lymphedema pump. That is one of the options that you have on top of manual drainage. You can get a pump that does the simulation of manual drainage on your affected areas of your body. So that is what the blue thing that I am sitting in is going to be. I place this machine on after using my scripted naturals on my legs and then putting on some undergarments that go between my skin and the machine to keep it from getting oily buildup. Then I'm going to do some other self-care steps that I will focus on individually so that I can take you not only through what I do with them, but also onto their website so that you can see how to purchase them and know exactly what I am using them for as well. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video with anyone who you think is possible that they might have lymphedema in their body. Some people have it just in one arm, one leg, some people in their midsection. So don't, if you're just wondering, maybe possibly, just go ahead and send it to them and let them judge, and then let them decide if they want to ask their physician if it's possible that they might have this condition. If you think you might have it yourself, make sure to comment down below. And if you know that you have it and you're getting treatment for it, please let me know what techniques you are using to help yourself. And if this video helped you, definitely let me know. I'd appreciate knowing that. So we'll get to all of these products, including a greater look at scripted naturals again soon, although I will post some links to the videos that are in this hyperlax video down in the comment section, and ring that bell so that you can see my extended versions on each of those. I love you. I thank you so much, and I will see you here again soon. Ciao.